Very good evening. It's an absolute honor to have been invited to this August gathering, and I feel truly humbled by the extraordinary range of accomplished women around the room and the declaration of messages to the world that we have heard throughout the evening, including the last one from our famous designer, Russell. It's indeed ZONTA International. I first came to know about it from my daughter, who I think did internship with your organization teaching underprivileged children. I think you have a program probably. So she participated in that. So at that time I heard about it. And today I got a glimpse of the type of work you do. And I think the importance of this work, the focus on women, is so central, not just in Bangladesh, but in the world itself, actually. Obviously, there are messages that one can mention. I should also mention that I have 3 daughters, so I only have daughters. And I really embrace the constant dialogue with my daughters and my wife. Always allows me to enrich my perspectives on the importance, on the role, and on the absolute centrality of women for the future of a country, for the future of the world, and for the destiny of humanity itself. Empowered women, such a wonderful ambition to have. We need empowered women, and ZONTA International is giving its own particular angles to how they see this particular vision of empowered women. Obviously, your services, your focus on your goals are one thing, but I heard 2 or 3 messages which are, I think, for me were very important to take home. One was from Governor Zillur Rohman, was about the issue of inner fire. How women, whether they know it or not, have inner fires which need to be kindled, which need to be given the space to glow, to grow, and to light up everything around themselves. It's so important to keep that focus in mind and not think of women as somewhat disadvantaged, somewhat lacking in benefits, somewhat lacking in social status. But I think it's so important that the vision we have of ourselves as human beings is absolutely central to whether we can make the world a better place. So to recognize this issue of the inner fire of women, that women have inner fire which needs to be kindled, which needs to given the space to grow and glow, and which in turn actually will light up their surroundings and their places in the world. It's a very, very important message that I heard. And the other one from I think she looks like the overall patron saint of the whole occasion, Dilruba. Should I call you Appa or anything? Okay. No, I think what I was very struck in terms of the ZONTA mission, the focus on building leadership is a very, very important message. Because organization can grow. You can have another 20 districts. Numbers sometimes is not the most important thing. The quality is the most important thing. And we know we have we have many numbers in Bangladesh. But quality is the very, very important thing which can transform numbers into transformative energy. So this focus on building leadership, in promoting leadership, in focusing on the next generation and passing on the message to the next generation, that they need to now step up and do their bit in terms of taking forward. So here I think I heard a very important new message from you. So what is leadership? It's a very central message. Sometimes we feel leader is one who has the power, who can exercise power, who can command hundreds of followers, and when he moves or she moves in the street, everything is supposed to stop. That's how we understand leader. But what I heard here today is that leadership is about building new leadership. That's what is often missing, even in the Bangladesh context. That's where the gaps are. The leadership must be about building new leadership. Because only then leadership becomes a continuous thread, a continuity across society and across generation. So that whatever world we want to build, there are continuous pipelines of people, of leaders, to take on the challenge, to take on the task. It's a wonderful message that I heard today from the ZONTA leadership. And I feel personally that the world are now going beyond ZONTA, because there is a room full of women here. I feel motivated to mention this point, that the world today is in such uncertainties, such problems. And our ambassador, our guest of honor, mentioned about the difficult periods of Kosovo a country can go through. Right now, the world at large is going through many difficult situations. And it's important for women, and it's important for us to listen to women, and for women also in a way to provide new messages to the world. How do you define success? Bibi Russell hasn't defined success in terms of becoming a massive corporate house. She defines success as empowering artisanal people on the ground. That's also success. That's how she has given a new meaning to what success should be like. And that's what I feel the message that we want to hear from women. What should be success in today's world? Because we have standard notions of success. Our young people, those who are in Bangladesh, those who are aspiring to become the leaders of tomorrow, how do they understand success? If they understand success only in terms of how much wealth they can create for themselves, for their families, or for their cronies, that's not the success we are looking for. So I think what is success? That is something I will appeal to our women to actually teach us, teach the world, that success means, like Bibi Russell said, focus on the grassroots, focus on this artisan. Our friend from New Zealand, I was talking to her about how they have managed to build a sort of an emphatic relationship with their different original communities and their settler communities. That is a type of success which is central to building a world of harmony. So what is success? That is a message I think ZONTAs and women at large are, you are the world in a way. This is what is missing, that you can teach us. Like our friend from Kosovo, there was this women leadership, and they have brought new meanings of success in terms of how they actually exercise their being as leaders. And I've seen their performance in the field, etc., etc. So this is something I feel today's evening has really touched me in terms of for us to also understand that we need to go deep and define success for ourselves in a way in which that definition helps us to build this type of society which needs to be built. The one of harmony, of peace, of togetherness, of respect, and of dignity. Very important. And now I want to talk as a man in this room full of women. That I think as men, there are few of them here, I guess. I feel there is a responsibility as a man in our society that we have to take on board. Because empowered women, society needs to, in a way, accept empowered women. Society needs to respect empowered women. Society needs to give this space to empowered women. As a man, I see that as one of my responsibility and my peers, that when women become empowered, we shouldn't get afraid. We shouldn't feel that we're losing something, that there is a problem in the room. We should rather celebrate. We should rather applaud, and we should rather feel encouraged that new partners are there in the world, and together we can build a better world. So I don't want to take up more of your time. It's been an absolute honor to be present here, to listen to you, to feel the energy in the room, and to take home very important messages. And I think for ZONTA and for women at large, I think it's the time. The world is waiting, not necessarily with openness. And that's where I said we have our work cut out to do. But I think the work you are doing, the messages you are giving, and this too, like the water, there's a message here. I think she noticed that I was struggling. Immediately there was a response. What a wonderful sort of message of empathy. That's the type of partnership, that's the type of energy we want to build in this room, but in our country, in our countries, and in the world at large. Thank you again so much. My appreciation to all that you are doing, and my best wishes on the way forward. Thank you very much.